What's going on, everyone? Only Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing the video that I always do when the schedule comes out for the New York Giants. I'm going to be reviewing and recapping the schedule and giving a bit of a preview of the upcoming season. And I'm going to also be doing way too early predictions for the season now that the schedule is out. I think it's a little bit appropriate to do that. And it's going to be an exciting season for the Giants, obviously, with this new regime. Some very good coaches, great coaching staff that the Giants have put together. I really like that the crew that they put together with Wink Martindale, Kafka, Dayball. I think it's going to be a very fun, exciting year, and I'm really looking forward to it. But let's get right into things. We're going to start off with the preseason. Not much to talk about. I mean, they play 3 preseason games, 2 on the road, 1 at home. But, I mean, they play the Jets on the road, technically. But, I mean, it's still at MetLife Stadium. So, they start off on the road against the New England Patriots before coming home for the Cincinnati Bengals and then staying at home, but a road game against the New York Jets. That's the preseason schedule. I'm not going to predict anything there. It's pretty ridiculous to predict that. But let's start off with the schedule as a whole. Now, the Giants have one primetime game. It's a Monday Night Football game. They don't have a Thursday night game this year, which is, unlike what we've seen before. There are 2 weeks, later on in the year that they could be flexed to primetime. I believe that's the Washington game on the road and the Philly game on the road. So there isn't a date set for those games yet. It's either December 17th or 18th for the Washington game, and then either the 7th or 8th of January for the Eagle game. But like I said, the Giants play one primetime game. That's Monday Night Football at home against the Dallas Cowboys week 3. They play in London this year, so I guess you could consider that not really primetime, but I mean, it still has a bit of equivalent to a primetime game. That's against the Green Bay Packers week 5 in London. And then, of course, the Thanksgiving game. So it's nice to see the Giants get a game on Thanksgiving that is in Dallas. So that one should be exciting. Of course, there's only 3 games on Thanksgiving. The Giants got the middle game at 4:30. Dallas always plays the 4:30 game, and it's nice to see the Giants get that game. But let's talk about the schedule for this upcoming season. The Giants start week 1 on the road against the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. That's going to be a tough game. Tennessee's a really good team. We've seen them be really good, especially in the regular season. In previous years, that's not going to be easy to go into there in week 1 and win. So I am going to have the Giants losing that game, the first game on the road, but they come back home to play Ben McAdoo and the Carolina Panthers for that week 2 matchup that I think the Giants will win. I think the Giants will win that game, move to 1-1. I think it's a pretty good game to come back home to. I don't think Carolina's a very good team. Sam Darnold's their quarterback, so that's one of the games that we play that our quarterback's better than theirs. So I think I like the Giants' chances in that game at home. And then they have a Monday Night Football game against Dallas at home, prime time. It's going to be tough, but I think it'll be closer than people think. I think we'll still lose the game, though, but it'll be a good game in prime time against a divisional opponent. And that's our only primetime game of the year, that 8:15 Monday night game on September 26th. Then they come home, or they stay home on a short week, and they play the Chicago Bears. I think that's going to be a win for the Giants. I think, I don't think the Bears are that great of a team. Justin Fields isn't that great of a quarterback, so it'll be interesting to see how that game goes. But I think with this new Giants squad, I think we'll be able to beat some of the teams that we haven't been able to beat in previous years. So I think the Giants will get a win there. Then they move to London to take on the Packers. That's going to be a tough game, although the Packers are a different team. No Devontae Adams, no Marquez Valdes-Scantling. They don't have as many weapons for Aaron Rodgers as they've had for him in previous years. I still think, though, the Giants lose that game. Rodgers is Rodgers, and that's certainly not going to be an easy game to win. So I think the Giants drop that game, move to 2-3. Usually when teams play that international game, they get a bye week. after. It's kind of weird the Giants don't get it here. There's a lot of international games this year. I'm not sure if teams are getting buys right after, but whatever. Giants come back home. They take on the Baltimore Ravens. I think they dropped that game. I think Baltimore is a very strong team. Wink Martindale going up against his former team should be an interesting game. He might have something up his sleeve. That's going to be a very fun and interesting game. So that should be cool. But I think the Giants lose that one, drop to 2-4. And then they go on the road for 2 games against 2 beatable opponents. That is the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks. I think they win both those games. I think those are just 2 beatable teams. And I think the Giants could have a stretch here with some wins. By winning those 2 games, the Giants will move to 4-4, going into the bye with 2 more games that are very winnable. That being the Houston Texans and the Detroit Lions. I think they win both those games. And I think the Giants win 4 in a row and move to 6-4. Very interesting take. A lot of people might, disagree. The Giants start 6-4, but there's some winnable games in that schedule. And then they have a short week after the Detroit game, and they go to Dallas for that Thanksgiving game. Then I think they lose. I think they drop both games this season again to the Dallas Cowboys. Overall, I'm going to have them having a 2-4 division record, which is why I think they finished with the record they do and just narrowly missed the playoffs. I think the Giants are a better team than people think, but I think they go to Dallas and drop that Thanksgiving game. Then they have a long week, and they come home to the Washington Commanders, and I think they win that game at home. I think the Giants have been very good against Washington in previous years, and I think that they should be able to split with Washington and the Eagles this year. So I think they're going to win this one against the Commanders, but lose the next 2, being at home against the Eagles and then on the road against the Commanders. That brings the New York Giants to 7-7 going down the stretch for the final 3 games of the year, where they have a Christmas Eve game against the Minnesota Vikings on the road. I think they've dropped that one. And then when they come home on New Year's Day against the Colts, I think they lose that as well. So some tough games here in the stretch for the Giants to close out the year. But I think they go out into Philly, and I think they win the last game of the year, move to 8-9. I think that's the schedule, the record, the window for the Giants this year. I think they win about 7 to 9 games this year. I think they can certainly do that. I think they're a better team than people make them out to be. If they could stay healthy, I think this could be a good year for the Giants. Not saying they're going to make the playoffs or anything, but I think they could have a better year than people think, and I think they can definitely play in meaningful games down the stretch. And as a Giants fan right now, that's pretty much all you can hope for. So that's what I feel about the Giants for this upcoming season. I think they're going to be about 8-9. I think that's a good record. I think they'll be right in that, like I said, 6, 7, 8, 9 win column. It should be an interesting year, but that's really all I got in this video, guys. You guys let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts on my predictions on this video. What do you think about the Giants this upcoming year? What do you think their record could be? Let me know all that good stuff down below in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and as always, let's go Giants.